Okay, the name of the game is called Fraction of. In order to do this game, you'll have the directions and then the 2 sets of cards that are available to you. Okay, so the idea of this game is I'm going to turn over a fraction card, like this is 2/3, and then an items card. And my goal is to come up with 2/3 of a quantity. Now it's important to note that the quantity has to be a whole number. So for example, I know that 21 is divisible by 3. I can make 3 groups and it would be 7 in each group. So if I choose 21, then I would get a score of 14. I'm looking at this and I realize that all of these numbers are divisible by 3. However, if I do the 30, then I can make 3 groups of 10, and 3 groups of 10, I would get 2/3 of those, which means that my score for this round would be 20. So I'm going to say I'm choosing 2/3 of 30 because that will give me the largest number. Okay, now I'm going to let my partner go ahead and take her turn.
All right. Mine is 8/10. Okay. We have 8, 20, and 27. I'm thinking that 20 is going to be my best bet if I have to use whole numbers. So 8/10 of 20 is going to be 16. So my total points for this round will be 16.
So I just want to make sure that this is very clear. So that's 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Here's 20 pieces. So what's happening here is here's my 20 counters. Okay, here's my 20 counters. And I need to make them into 10 different groups. So I'm going to make my 10 groups here. Okay, so if I can do my 10 groups, 10 equal groups, as you can see, and my 10, then I have 10 equal groups of 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, she gets to get 8 of those groups. So that would be 2 groups, 4 groups, 6 groups, 8 groups. She wouldn't get these counters here. Those would go away. So that is how she came up with her 16 score. Okay? All right, so we're going to keep playing this game for 4 rounds. Oh no! Doesn't matter which one of these numbers is divisible by 3. I get nothing because I have 0 out of 3. Although I would have chosen the 36 because that would have given me the best deal. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a 0.
Alrighty, my turn. Let's see what we got, folks. We got 1/5, and we can take that out of 36, 20, or 24. Sadly, the only number here divisible by 5 is 20. So we are going to get, how many points, folks? How many?
1/5 of 20 is...
Isn't that 4?
4.
Because 20 divided by 5 is 4. Darn.
You're still... we're tied, actually.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I also got 1/5 of 20 because I could do this one, but I think this is going to be a little bit better because 1/5 of 15 is 3, but 1/5 of 20 is 4. All right, thanks for giving my score. Your turn.
All right. I've got 2/4, otherwise known as 1/2.
Now, go ahead.
And I have 30, 21, and 4. Can I ask you a question, Game Master?
Absolutely.
If this is equivalent to 1/2, can I still use 30, or does it have to be divisible by the actual denominator?
So there are 2 ways to play the game. You can the first way that I would play this game is it has to be divisible by the denominator of 4, right? So we can understand that. Once people are really very fluent with their equivalent fractions, then I say, why do you want to use this? Why would you want to use 1/2 instead of 2/4 if they're the same?
Because 30, which is the largest number here, is divisible by 2, because that would be 15, and 15 and 15 is 30. But the only number here that's divisible by 4 is 4, which is rather small.
And you would only get how many points for that one?
I would only get 2 points for that one, whereas I would get 15 points using 30.
Ah.
So I think we're playing with equivalent fractions.
Okay. All right. I see how it is. I see how it is. I can see this next number, and I'm going to get a 0 again.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think you stacked to my deck here.
Excuse me, you shuffled.
I didn't shuffle. All right. This would have been great because 4 and 40 are really great, and I would have had 10 for each group. But again, I get a 0. All right. Last round. It's your turn.
All right. Let's see. We have 4/10, otherwise known as 2/5. And our counters are 30, 35, and 28. Right now, having equivalent fractions is going to come in handy again because 35 is divisible by 5, but not 10. All right. So, 35 divided by 5, right, is 7. And we get 2 groups of 7 because 2/5 is equal to 4/10. So that means I get 14 more points. Woohoo!
All right. Well, I can add very quickly that I only have 24. It's going to take longer for you to add your total. Oh, you blew me out of the water.
What?
Fraction of a fun game.